The Journey to the Mysterious Town, Part 3. The council meeting was scheduled for midnight. We all knew it would decide whether we could stay, or whether we would be shunned out like the others before us. The air around the inn felt heavy, as if the town itself was preparing to clamp down on our presence. We spent the day trying to hammer out a plan. Elias kept pressing us to pare down our fears and press on with courage, but the uncertainty was hard to bear. Each of us tried to mull over the risks in silence, but silence only made the hours drag out endlessly. When the night finally came, the council hall was lit with weak lamps. Old men and women sat around a long wooden table. Their eyes seemed to sift through our souls, as if searching for hidden lies. One of them crowed about the past. Your kind is always meddled. Outsiders dabble in things they don't understand, and then they brag about discoveries they cannot bear out with proof. Another tried to jawbone us into admitting guilt. Why are you here? What made you embark on this foolish journey? Ryan buckled down and answered firmly. We came for the truth. We don't want to feud over stories or fob off responsibility. Just tell us what happened here. The hall exploded with arguments. Some council members pressed on, demanding that we be shunned out immediately. Others, surprisingly, kept defending us, saying the town's fate might hinge on outsiders at last. The council didn't give us a clear decision. Instead, they allotted us one day. If you can bear out your intentions by tomorrow's nightfall, the leader said, you may stay. If not, we will clamp down on your presence and nudge you out forever. So, we embarked on a desperate search. We scurried around the town, trying to sift through old archives, locked chests, and abandoned houses. Every step was impeded with resistance, doors squelched up with rust, townsfolk trying to fob us off with useless directions, and guards attempting to ram through our path. Lily tried to pare down our scattered efforts into something clearer. We need to buckle down. Let's not drag out pointless searches. Elias, what do you know? He hesitated, then admitted, there are hidden records under the chapel, but they feud over who has the right to open them. You'll have to get in with the priest if you want a chance. By evening, we managed to persuade the priest to unlock the chapel cellar. He dotes on Elias, so he trusted him enough to let us in. Down below, we found boxes squelched up with dust and dampness. Ryan and I sifted through pages while Chloe scurried around with a lantern. At last, we found documents that seemed to bear out the rumors. The town had once been rich, but leaders had feuded over sacred land. In their greed, they tried to ram through forbidden rituals, dabbling in powers they didn't understand. The result was a curse that clamped down on the entire community, keeping them trapped in endless fear. Chloe exploded with excitement. This proves it. Now we can settle up with the council. But Lily warned us, don't brag about it yet. They might try to squelch up the truth. At the next council meeting, we presented what we found. The elders tried to fob us off at first, pretending the documents meant nothing. But when Elias spoke up, bearing out our story, they could not squelch it anymore. You can't shun out the truth forever, Ryan pressed on. This town's future hinges on admitting the past. The room exploded with arguments once again. Some tried to nudge us out, others feuded over the details, but at last the leader buckled down. We cannot drag out this denial. The curse impedes us because we dabble in lies. Perhaps outsiders were meant to press on with what we could not. We were allotted a final choice: stay in the town and help pare down its curse, or leave at once, settling up with no further ties. Chloe wanted to embark on the challenge. We can keep at it until we succeed. Imagine what we'll brag about when we finally break it. Ryan agreed, crowing about the chance to be remembered. But Lily mulled over the risks. If we stay, the curse could jack up against us. If we leave, at least we're free. I looked around at my friends, scurrying around with nervous energy. In the end, I knew the truth. Our story didn't hinge on staying or leaving. It hinged on whether we faced the past honestly. We chose to bear out the truth one final time. Handing the records to the council, we pressed them to accept responsibility. This curse was created by your ancestors' greed, I said. Only by settling up with that history can you move forward. Outsiders cannot fix what you won't admit. The leader finally nodded. Then we must buckle down and face it ourselves. And so we were free. They no longer tried to clamp down on us or shun us out. Instead, they allotted us thanks, though in their own quiet way. When we left the valley the next morning, Ryan bragged about how we had hammered out peace, Chloe crowed about the adventure, and Lily simply said, "At least we didn't drag it out any longer than needed." I just smiled, keeping in my thoughts. The curse wasn't ours to mend, but the journey had borne out one truth. Sometimes you need to sift through lies, pare down your fears, and press on, even when the world tries to squelch you up.